Welcome to 14.4, volume of a cylinder. So let's first find the area of that circle using 3.14 for pi. So the area, right, not the circumference, the area of the circle is pi times radius squared. It says use 3.14, that means we're approximating the area. Which one of these numbers is the radius? 7 is the radius, right? It's half the diameter. So that's the radius. 10 is a chord, by the way. I just spelled radius incorrectly. And all the way across was called the what? The diameter. Diameter is always twice the radius. The radius is always half the diameter. But the answer to this is 3.14 times 7 squared, which is 49. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 plus 3 is 12. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 1 is 28. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Add up the two rows. And I'm getting 100, move the decimal twice. I'm getting approximately 153.86 square inches. Draw and name the shape. Hopefully you understand that that's a cylinder. Now to draw a cylinder, the key to drawing a cylinder is there are two ovals, all right, at the top and bottom. So that's the one you see. Then you have sides that come straight down, and then you make the next oval on the bottom. The more you look at make it look exactly like the one on the top, the better your oval is, although you want to make the back of it dash because you don't really see that. And now you've drawn a cylinder. And we're going to find out how much stuff would fill a cylinder, in other words, the volume. So there are two circles at the base of each cylinder. And to find the first thing you do is you're going to find the area of each base. Well, the area of this base approximately is 3.14 times 4 squared, which is, well, we'll write it out, 4 squared, which is 16. So we're doing 3.14 times 16. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. Step over, multiply 3, 1, and 4 by 1, and add it all up. And I'm getting 3 plus 1, 5. There was a carry there, right? And I moved the decimal twice. And so this is approximately 50.24, 50 and 24 hundredths square inches for the area of the base. So to find the volume of a cylinder, remember this because I think we're about to find the volume of this thing. You find the area of the base. You find the area of the base, pi r squared, and just multiply by the height. So the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h, which is pi r squared is the area of the base, and it can be the top or the bottom, but are both bases. And so we just did that, right? It was 3.14 times 7 squared times the height. The height is the straight up distance from the base to the top. Heights are always straight up. They're always perpendicular to the base. So times 13. So we just did 3.14 times 49, right? On the last screen, because this is the same one. And let's just do it again since I've forgotten what it is. Here it is. And 16, and 4 is 5, and 12, 6, 8, 13. Is that what we got? 153.86? I don't feel like it was. And so, well, that's the correct answer for it. And so then we have to take that answer, right? And we have to multiply it by 13. So I'm going to just do that right down here. And 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, and 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16, and 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Step over, let me clean this up a little bit. And you're going to multiply 6, 8, 3, 5, and 1 all by 1. We get 8, 11, 10, 9, 10, 10 again. And then we get this. That's interesting. Two numbers to the right, 1, 2. And are we getting around 2,018 hundredths And so we have the units of volume, right? So it's 2000.18 or 1800ths cubic inches, right? Volumes are always in cubic units, cubic inches, cubic feet, cubic centimeters. So that's how you find the volume of a cylinder. Area of the base times the height, pi r squared h. So this is what, right? Area is inches squared times the inches for the height, give you cubic inches for the shape. Okay, so this one is, I turned it on the side, but it's still pi r squared h. The area of the base is going to be 3.14 times 5 squared, or 25, and the height is going to be 12. And once you get 25, you could actually multiply those in any order. But I'm going to do 3.14 times 25. 5 times 4 is 20. Then we get 7, then 15, step over, and then we get 6, 2, and 8 because we're multiplying 3, 1, and 4 times 2. And there's no carry here, and there's the decimal. So it's 78.5, and then we have to do 78.5 times 12, which is 10, and then 17, then 15, and step over 5, 8, 7, add up the rows. Going pretty fast, but I don't think this is a problem. And we have two numbers to the right of a decimal point. And so we get approximately 94.2 cubic inches of volume, right? The area of the base was 78, was it 7.85 or 78.5? It was 78.5. So there's one number to the right. Wow, got to be more careful. So 78.5, move the decimal once, and we get 942 cubic inches of volume. So the tank is half full. So there's a bunch of things in here. So volume equals pi r squared h. Now, all right, we're going to do 3 point, it doesn't say what to do. Well, let's do 3.14. And what is the radius? And, well, it doesn't say what to do. We could leave pi in our answer. Why don't I do that since I haven't done one of those? I'm going to leave pi in the answer. And what's the radius? Well, if all the way across is 24, then there must be 12. So we'll do 12 squared and, right, times the height, 20. Now, half the volume, halfway up, would be pi times 12 squared. Let's actually write it out correctly. Would be 1/2 times pi times 12 squared times 20. But you can just cut the height of 20 into 10, that's for sure. So now we get volume of half would be, well, I'm going to, and I'm not, since I put pi, I can stop using approximate. Pi times 144 times 10. 140 times 4 times 10 is 1,440. So it is 1,440 times pi. And that's 1 mark, so it's cubic feet. And since I didn't say approximated, I can choose to get the exact answer and save myself a little work. We can quickly estimate the volume for any circular object using 3 for pi, which is closest to the exact answers, right? So anytime I have that, I'm trying to get you to estimate. So it's approximately pi, it's exactly pi r squared h. It's approximately 3 times the radius, which is 7 squared, times 20. So it's approximately 3 times 49 times 20. Well, 49 is around 50, right? So let's save ourselves some work there. 3 times 50 is 150. 150 times 2 is 300. And 300 times 10 is 3,000. This is approximately 3,000 cubic meters, right? Pi is a little more than 3, so the real answer is a little more than 3,000, but you can estimate it using 3 in many situations. So we're going to leave pi in our answer. So what it would have been here? So volume equals pi r squared h. It would have been pi times 49, 7 squared, times 20. It won't be 3,000 pi. We have to do 49 times 20. I already have a, right, I think it's this one because it can't, right? 49 times 20 can't be 20. We just did 3,000. The answer is 3,000, not 3,000 pi. So let's see this. We get a row of zeros, and 2 times 9 is 18, and then we get 980. It's approximately 900. Well, it's exactly, sorry, 980 pi. Cubic meters, by the way. All right, so find the volume of the hole. So the hole is a cylinder. Use 3 for pi, it says. Okay, so we're going to do approximately 3 times the radius. It says the radius of that hole, which is a cylinder, is 3. So that's 3 squared. Times the height of the cylinder. Well, the whole thing is 10 inches tall. So 3 squared is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. This is around 270 cubic inches for the hole. Find the volume of the rest of the cube. Now, the volume of the cube is 10 times 10 times 10, or 1,000 cubic inches. To find the rest of the cube, once you have to take the hole away. That's what this is trying to get you to do. And so you get a 0, you do a little borrowing here, and you get 730 cubic inches, right? It's 1,000 cubic inches for the cube, 270 cubic inches for the hole, which is a cylinder. So the rest of that cube is 730 cubic inches. We're leaving pi in our answer. So volume equals pi r squared h. R here is 8, so 8 squared is 64. And what's the height? Well, obviously, you just can add those up and get 5. So 8 squared is 64, and 64 times 5 is 320. So this is 320 pi cubic inches. Once again, which volume is closest to the exact answer? So volume equals pi r squared h is approximately 3. Now the radius is not 12. 12 is the diameter. 3 times 6 squared times 2. All right, so 6 squared is 36, so it's 3 times 36 times 2. Or I'm going to do 3 times 2 first and get 6. 36 times 6 is 216. And so which one is closest? 216 isn't there. But remember, we're a little low because we used 3 for pi. So what's a little bit more than the one we got? 226. So don't be thrown that this answer is not there. You're looking for the number that's closest to it and a little more. All right? Now, I don't make them so close that that's really an issue, but right, if you use 3.14, you'll be closer to 226 cubic centimeters than 216. All right, so now the tank is 1/3 full, so we're going to do volume of 1/3 pi r squared h. So it's 1/3. It says use 3 for pi. Oh, that makes this very nice canceling there. The radius there is 11, and we have to square that. So we get 121 for that, and right, times 60. Now I canceled the 3, but I could have canceled the 60 with the 3, but either way, you can't cancel both, right? So the answer is 121 times 60, because I already canceled, and that will give you 1/3 of the volume. You get a row of zeros, and then 6 times 1, 6 times 2, and 6 times 1 plus 1, and no decimal points, so this is, and this should be all approximate because I'm using 3, 7,260 cubic feet. Good luck with the homework.